got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com on this beautiful Monday. I can't do Irish accents. St. Patrick's Day. Here, drop it for him, Valdez.
I'm Valdez.
Oh, what's going on, Tucson? Happy St. Patrick's Day to you. Hopefully you celebrated this weekend, loaded up on green beer, pooping out green things, and, ready to attack the week. And it's spring break for many as well this week. So, just enjoying the beautiful time of year that is in southern Arizona. We had great games for your Tucson Roadrunners. The St. Paddy's Day Parade was over the weekend. The Festival of Books is over the weekend. The reality is we probably only have 3 people listening right now because everyone else is sleeping in or overslept this morning. But Valdez and I, we're responsible. We're here.
We're here. Good morning.
Yeah. Were you hungover as hell on Sunday, though?
I wasn't, surprisingly. That was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy because, Valdez came out to the Roadrunners game for the first time in a long time and always had a good time. He's a legendary partier. I was talking to one of your former colleagues that referred to you as Renee. And she was talking you up, right? Talking about how much she loves you and how great of a guy you are. But boy, does he know how to party. And so you always, whenever I see you drink, it's always shot in a beer. And so yeah, by the time the third period came around, and for the Tucson Roadrunners, the way that you aggressively screamed at the players, I think scared some of the players.
Probably the score was like 4-3.
It was some really good games, but yeah, I mean, there was times you're just like, go on, and you're like, oh my God, it sounds like a grizzly bear is in the stands.
It's because we used to have season tickets when I was in college to the Ice Cats, and that's how everyone was.
Yeah.
So this is more like going to church. Everyone's quiet. They're like, oh, yes, there's a hockey game. I'm like, what's happening?
Well, I wouldn't say everyone's quiet. In fact, it's my job to make sure they get loud and stay loud. So you're basically telling me I'm not doing my job. So it was back-to-back great games, though. I'll tell you that much. So, they won both games. There was a lot of good fights. Saturday night's game was probably one of the best games I've ever saw in my life where it just checked all the boxes.
Super fighty. I was very happy.
Lots of fights. There was a hat trick. There was, great scoring, great plays. So from beginning to end, very entertaining. And they won in thrilling fashion. And then yesterday, for St. Paddy's Day game, which, of course, was day before St. Patrick's Day, they brought it down to overtime and then won in overtime. And it was a nail-biter in the best possible way. So it just reminds people how lucky we are and fortunate we are to have professional hockey here in southern Arizona. And it was a great time had by all. And if you came out this weekend, I thank you. Afterwards, we auctioned off jerseys. So that sweet-ass jersey that I posted pictures of that I got was stolen from me for $850.
Whoa.
Yes. Uh-huh.
A beef jersey for $850?
Yes. Second time in a row I've outbidded Dusty as far as the jerseys are concerned. And, with these jerseys, we always joke because they're game worn, right? So all the other players, they get their jerseys auctioned off and they smell and there's like spit and there's blood all over them. Game worn, authentic, right? So what makes a beef vegan jersey game worn and authentic? Well, I'm not sweating. I'm not putting snot anywhere. But I did get chicken wing sauce on it, and that's as authentic as it gets, baby.
And cologne.
Yeah. No, actually, I didn't even put on cologne. But I do got a new body wash, so it smelled good, and it had some stains on it.
I gotta say, man, I have like a newfound respect for you because when you go with like a coworker and you know what you do for a living,
yeah.
But then you go see them at another gig. It was pretty cool. Like, everyone was doing the sing-along, and you're, like, the hype man and stuff. It's, like, a different light.
That's what I do. Yeah. Well, that's why I've been... You know what? It's insane with how many colleagues and friends that I have in this building. I'm begging to come out to the games. Like, the salespeople I had to... it took me, like, over 2 years to get them out to a game for them to understand it. And they still don't get it. So yeah, I'm glad that you were able to see it, and that's I encourage everybody. Now, we don't have tickets to give away for the Roadrunners this week, okay? That's okay, because they're going to be going on some away games. It's going to be a couple weeks before they come back home, before they close out the season, and hopefully march their way into the playoffs. But we will have tickets for a great local rock show that's going to be happening at the Rialto Theater for the hardcore fans out there. Napalm Death and the Melvins, they're going to be performing at the Rialto Theater here pretty soon, and I'll be giving away tickets for that. So that's a Monday night rock and roll show at the Rialto. For those of you who aren't afraid to take the road trip, well, then I got huge tickets so you can be a part of Arizona Bike Week, which is presented by the Law Tigers, America's motorcycle attorneys. There's a bunch of bands performing that night or that week, and this week we are giving away tickets so you can see Stone Temple Pilots. Yes, Stone Temple Pilots at Westworld in Scottsdale on April 3rd, and we'll be giving away those tickets in the 8 o'clock hour.
Bro.
Yes, listener bait galore. Our phones are open, and let's see if they're still working. So give us a call if you're up. 600-KFMA, 605-362. Your morning morons coming up after music from Breaking Ben, kicking things off with the Foo Fighters on Rock 102.1 KFMA. You know the name of the show. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Let's go! All right, that was our show open this morning. I was just complimenting Valdez on his acting ability. So, Valdez, when I'm like, we're giving Stone Temple Pilot tickets away all week, he's like, what? What?
No way.
And I'm like, wait a second. And like, just now, I'm like, I'm pretty sure you knew that, right? Didn't you tease that all weekend on your show? And he's like, yeah. That's acting at its finest. So you could, learn a thing or two. We're going to talk about some actors here. And real quick, we get on the air in 2 minutes. I got to shout out Sean because I had my audio glitched out on me for whatever reason. But it had a perfect little segue of information that I absorbed this morning when he called to say what his favorite binge show is if he had to lay in a bed for 10 days, which I want to know in your comments here. We had Ashley call in. That was funny. She backed up Supernatural from Weirdo, which I figured out is softcore porn for women. Mm-hmm. Just hot dudes in their 20s. Being superheroes.
And it's like vampires and werewolves and like all that stuff, which is like super popular right now.
All the mystical female porn stuff. They don't just want just like a ripped dude with a big schlong. He has to have like supernatural powers too. And
correct.
Be dangerous. How dangerous is he? He's a felon? Nah, it's too realistic. Let's make him a vampire. There you go. Sploosh. Uh-oh, can't stop it. Niagara happening. So, yeah, what is your favorite binge-worthy show? Not your favorite softcore chick porn.
I mean, Patrick says he'd also watch Supernatural, so there you go.
Well, yeah, that's fine too, but same reasons, and so it's a very sexy show if you're into that demo, Us guys, we like to be less subtle, just Baywatch, give me slow motion boobs bouncing. That's our point, right? You know what I mean? Like, so we have to be on the nose and as blunt as possible with Supernatural. That's why it took me literally a decade to figure out, like, oh, that's your guys' porn.
That's your guys' Baywatch.
Yeah.
Yup.
Yeah. Redbeard saying hi just to me and Valdez exclusively.
I know.
But that's because he got to see Valdez this weekend, and they broed down together. In fact, actually, Valdez was so drunk he even twerked on Redbeard at the game. Do you remember that?
Vaguely.
Yeah, your big ass is all over him. It was great. Let's see, real quick. Rock 102.1 KFMA. We're live on the podcast broadcast. Real quick, I just want to shout out Sean, who called in and said, and you couldn't hear that with the audio. I tried to play ahead of this song because it glitched out, unfortunately. But he said a show that I would binge if I had to lay in bed for 10 days and get paid for it is Ted Lasso, which I'm like, hey, it's only 3 seasons long, and those episodes weren't that long as well, so you'd be done in day one. And he's like, oh, that's true. And I'm like, but I got good news for you, because this morning it was revealed Jason Sudeikis was talking and said that Ted Lasso Season 4 was just greenlit. And so they're currently in pre-production. So if you're a Ted Lasso fan out there, be ready. Season 4 will be on the way. I have not been able to catch up on Ted Lasso because I'm not bougie enough to know or to have an Apple Plus subscription.
I haven't watched any of it.
Yeah,
but
too.
I hear good things. So, maybe I'll start catching up and binging it when Season 4 comes out. So just good news for Ted Lasso fans out there. We're going to keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast and be back with animal news from Valdez right after new music from Pop Evil. Here's What Remains on Rock 102.1 KFMA. All right, so Pop Evil doing big things. So we announced the KFMA Day is or not KFMA Day. Sorry.
Whoa.
Whoa, sorry.
Oh.
But they kind of call for the Pima County Fair. Pima County Fair is calling the KFMA night.
There we go.
That's what it is.
That's the savior right there.
Yeah, it's KFMA night, Pima County Fair with the what's the name of that band that we've been? Oh, Seven Dust.
Yes.
Right. But I think we're gonna have a couple KFMA nights for the Pima County Fair. In fact, actually, I know it. We just haven't been able to announce it yet, but we will soon. So, with some really cool bands coming to the Pima County Fair representing KFMA. So keep that in mind. All right, good morning, Jeff. Good morning, 10. Hey, that was a sweet text you sent me last night, by the way. So thank you. Text actually gave me too much. 10 gave me too much credit. He's like, you helped me be a better father. All I did was get him into the Roadrunners game.
Okay.
But he brought his son. They had a good time, and I'm happy to see it. So. Pop Evil was a good show. Pop Evil is a good show. Hopefully they'll come back to Tucson again soon. Hold on. Maybe we'll see Pop Evil again someday soon. Maybe there'll be fry bread available.
What?
Why is Beef having a stroke? I'm not understanding.
I was just excited for fry bread.
That's all you get. That's all you get. Okay. So, I don't know, but I am excited for whatever other announcements they may make for the Pima County Fair this year. All right. So,
Some Pop Evil popovers. There you go.
no. It's just... it's cool too because, speaking of which, I had a conversation last week off the air, which was fun. And I'm not even allowed to play it for whatever reason. But it sounded a little something like this. It's part of my charm. With that said, I never want to mispronounce a name. I got your name down, especially since we rock out to Pop Evil all the time. And have been for years. And so I'm glad to catch up with you. Where are you joining me from?
Yeah, I'm out here in Michigan. We're getting ready to start this tour. Really, it's rehearsals start here soon, and then
That's it. Hopefully, I don't get in trouble for that. Yeah. All right.
Winking.
So, yeah, you get ready for that animal news coming up here in 2 minutes. Hey, Sweetest Nightmare. Waiting patiently and doing a good job of keeping secrets, but I can't wait for the Pima County Fair to give us a green light to make the announcements of all the different acts that will be coming to the Pima County Fair this year. And to be honest with you, I don't know who's booked for this year's fair, but I'm excited about the possibilities.
It's newfound glory, everybody. It'll be fine.
Don't ruin it. Here we go. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're live on the podcast broadcast, and something's in my eye, but it's all cleared up now. We got Valdez. You got a couple animal stories for us?
I do. They're kind of fun.
All right. What do you got?
So you heard of a cat burglar, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Have you ever heard of a monkey burglar?
No, I've not heard of a monkey burglar, and that, my friend, is inappropriate. All right. Tell me about a monkey burglar.
It is bananas. So there was a rash of break-ins in this apartment complex in Peru, and they're like, what the hell? And then people started spotting this monkey in the trees, and they found out he was the one breaking into the apartments. So the forestry service went out there, got him with no issues. They found out he was domesticated. He had like scars around his tummy. So I guess he escaped. He was like either tied up or chained up somewhere.
Oh, no.
And he escaped, and then they found out like he's domesticated, so he was looking for food. So he took him to a zoo, but now the zoo's at a crossroads. They're like, because he's originally from the Amazon.
Yeah.
He can't survive there. He's domesticated. So like, do we keep him here or do we like let somebody rescue him? But he's okay now. He's happy. He's chilling in the zoo in Peru. He's in, what is it, Ica?
Yeah, that's cool, and it's crazy too, because what if the owners of the monkeys taught them taught that monkey how to be like a burglar.
Right.
Right. And this is a great way you could train up monkeys to do some crazy things. And there is a monkey uprising happening in different parts of the world, which we document every time we come across these stories. In India, it's vicious. It's people versus monkeys all day long there, with even kids getting kidnapped by some of these monkeys.
Oh.
They're insane.
Yeah.
So this is like, monkey burglar is going to be probably a pretty good burglar, to be honest with you. And that should be the exhibit. Honestly, I think the Peru Zoo should set it up to where they have it kind of like half jungle, half like apartment complexes that you could look into, like aquarium style.
Yeah.
And then you just see, you put on the Mission Impossible music, like dun 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 dun, and that cues the monkey to go breaking in looking for like bananas and valuables.
Just watching him do his thing, he's like,
Yes. Yeah. A little monkey, a little fanny pouch,
Just
right?
been dropping down by a rope like freaking
Yes.
Mission Impossible
Yes,
style.
like Tom Cruise.
I don't know,
Who's the actual size of a monkey, by the way.
Exactly.
He's a dainty little man.
I mean, if I was like, if I had to get up out of bed from a cold sleep because I was being broken into and I like went into the kitchen, it was just a cute little monkey. Man, oh my God, you're so cute. Take whatever you want. I just go back to bed.
Yeah.
I'd be done.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a cool story. All right, what else you got in animal news?
so in a 55 plus housing community in Florida, a resident, she orders a pizza, but the pizza delivery driver runs into a friend in the driveway. It's an 8-foot gator.
Oh, no. Gator in the driveway. Okay, so what?
They call the cops, and I guess because she's cute, that's why the cop responded. And he went and delivered the pie to the lady, and she pays him. She's like, "How much is it?" He's like, "I don't know. I'm not the pizza guy. I'm a cop." And I'm like, typical cop response, man. So then he gets the money and pays the pizza lady. But yeah, there's even like body cam footage. He's a pretty hefty gator.
All right, I'll tell you what. We'll look at the potty cam footage on the podcast broadcast stream. But yeah, that's pretty. It's good that the pizza guy stayed there. So funny too, because in Florida, like, look, if I lived in Florida, I think after a few years, I would get a pretty good idea of what to do if there's a gator in the driveway. I maybe zigzag my way to the door. Like a gator's not going to prevent me from like having a slow delivery. It's like we hear rattlesnake. We don't F with the rattlesnake. We walk the other way, call whatever, and it's good to go. But it's not going to like impede you on proceeding with your day.
Right.
So yeah, this pizza delivery driver, kind of a coward.
Well, she's a girl. Come on, man.
Okay, fine.
She's a
fine.
young girl. She's scared. I would
Okay,
be scared of a
16-year-old
gator.
girl, that's fine, then I get it. But
Nobody
then
said 16, Jared. Settle down.
don't accuse me of that. So, let's assume that she's a teenage girl delivering pizzas. Okay, how about this then? The woman, she's the big baby in this scenario because she's an older woman.
She's
right?
in a 55 and over community.
There you go. So she's in a, that's like, dude, okay, maybe she's not that mobile.
No.
Okay, fine. They did the right thing.
Yeah, that's correct thing to do.
Stupid story. Let's
Serve
look at
and
the
protect.
body cam footage. While we're there also, things are getting so crazy in New York that people are eating rats.
What?
Yeah, and there was one man who went viral for eating a rat on the street. It is brutal, and you got to see it. It's on the podcast broadcast. Join us, youtube.com/bevegan. We got more coming up after music from Smashing Pumpkins on Rock 102.1. All right, can you share your screen? I think you can. So look at, see the tab there. Let's see if you'll be able to share that screen. And while you do that, let me show you rat stuff. This is gross. This is going to freak you out a little bit. You ready for this, Weirdo?
No.
We'll watch it anyways. In fact, actually, it's going to be full screen with just you. All right.
149 and 3rd Avenue. I can't. This is fucking unbelievable. Look at this shit. Nah. I gotta get out the Bronx.
Yeah, you don't need to see it anymore?
What is he gonna do next with this rat?
Well, rats are overtaking the city.
Rats are overtaking the city, so is their homeless population.
He
Like,
fucking ate
what
it.
else are they gonna do?
I know.
He fucking ate it. He fucking ate it. He
It's
ate
probably
it.
his third round of the day.
This is it.
I'll pause it. It is
fucking-
gross. It makes me nauseous. As far as
He's
eating
like
rats.
skinning it and peeling it, like.
Yes, yeah, and just a raw rat in New York City, it is insane. And odds are you getting sick from this 1,000%, you know. And so, yeah, not cooked. So homeless dudes eating rats. It's one way to deal with the rat population problem in New York, but also it's such a brutal way. All right, it looks like Valdez got himself, hit that and go full body screen or full screen.
Am I not doing it right?
No, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
click on the
hit
thing.
play. No, yeah, I'm already sharing the screen. We're good to go on that. Hit play.
There you go. I'll go back to the thing.
Yeah, Valdez is figuring this out. It's doing pretty good.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
And then
On
hit
the
full screen.
original.
There you go.
Oh,
Now go full screen. Go down the corner. See that full screen?
On the StreamYard one?
No,
On
just
the
on the
same-
video. Yeah, on the video that you hit play on. There you go, right there.
Stop. There's an alligator underneath that car right there.
I'll call Diana. Tell her not to come out.
Oh,
Maybe
she
go
knows,
around the
eh?
back.
I'm a little scared.
No, as long as it stays under the car.
Pause
you
it real
can go
quick.
around the back.
Pause it real quick. Tell me she doesn't look 16.
Oh, is that what we're focusing on?
Yeah,
Not the
dude.
8-foot gator?
Well, we'll get to the gator, but you just straight up called me Jared from Subway, so let's get a little, my assumption that she was a teenager and doing, a high school job was spot on, bro, and not pedophile at all. So recognize that.
Yeah, she just looks 16.
Yes, thank you. Look at me. Sometimes you got to understand that, and Herb Stratford just said this on Friday. Maybe not this Friday, but the Friday before. I'm very intuitive. And sometimes, that's been actually one of my most hidden talents is my intuition. Sometimes I'll just guess and pull shit out of my ass that will be accurate. And in this scenario, with no lust in my mind at all, obviously, that, the person who was too scared, because a 30-year-old pizza delivery woman, she's lived a hard life.
She's not gonna go.
Especially in Florida.
Yeah, she's going to kick that gator in the teeth and walk on and get her money. But a 16-year-old is definitely going to be freaked out by it. And an elderly woman for sure is not going to have the mobility to zigzag and avoid getting ate.
Right.
Probably had a neighbor get ate by a gator, so still traumatized by that. So now that we have that settled, are we good? You take it back?
Sure.
Thank you. Hey, no one likes to be called Jared from Subway, all right? And I would never Jared from Subway you, okay? If I'm Jared from Subwaying anybody, it's Powers.
Settle down.
Hold on.
No, as long as it stays under the car, you
All right, here we go. Go ahead.
can go around the back.
Do you want to do it, officer?
Do you want to do it?
Do you want me to
Come
pay
out
too?
your front door. There's an alligator there.
Oh, well, I don't know how many different
That's a local
There's
pizza.
someone's
place.
gonna come around
Yeah.
there. Deliver
Yeah, I
these.
bet you it is.
I love how she made sure that she showed the receipt of you better get this money.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
I
get
have been
back
fired.
over there. There's an alligator right under your car.
Oh my God.
Go in the house.
Oh my God, other days, there's a big alligator under my car.
Hey, ma'am, could you?
Oh my lordy.
Oh, she about to die.
Get in the house.
My God.
My pizza.
I'll take it to the back door.
Holy shit.
There's your pizza.
Where's my pizza? Oh God, she's like 110.
Yeah, how much was it?
I have no idea. I'm not the pizza man.
You don't have to be a dick about it either.
All right.
Yes, I'm a policeman, not a pizza man.
They
You got
called
it?
you? Yeah.
Yeah, they called us about the alligator. Are you expecting change from her?
Did she deliver? No, I'm not. They said it was 32 something.
Okay, I'll give this to her so she can leave.
She's
Okay.
the one that delivered?
Yeah.
And when was the alligator there?
It just got there.
Oh, I'd like to take a picture of it.
Well, and I wouldn't take it from where you were.
Oh, no.
I mean,
Okay.
A $3 tip? That's sad.
Well, I mean, she is 90, dude.
Still,
So
come
back
on.
in the day, look, he's going to take a picture of it for her. That's sweet.
Oh my goodness.
Travis got the gator with no pizza. See, that's how they handle it.
Yeah. 8 foot on the nose.
Very
8
nice.
foot on the
Ta-da.
nose.
There you go. Very
There
good.
it is.
All right.
That's it. And Valdez just shared his first screen.
Yay!
Yeah. All right, what's up?
See, so my boyfriend's parents, they live in South Carolina, and they have gators. But every time I went out there, just would not see one. And I'm like, guys, they don't exist. So I started messing with the kids. I was just like, I don't know why you guys keep talking about this, because then they would go out there and send me pictures and videos and all this. And even my mother-in-law, who apparently was, I think she was trying to no-sell me on the whole thing, but it just like, she's like, see, they exist. I was like, no, Barbara, you have absolutely 100% photoshopped this. She goes, and you 100% know I don't have the knowledge to do that. This is real. And it went on for like 2 years. And the kids, and like Ling, our oldest boy, who's 11, was just like, Mama, no, they really, are you calling me a liar, Mama? And I was just like, I am. And I just kept doubling down. And then the last time that we were out for Christmas, finally got to see one right in their backyard. Because it's a world where you don't live with fences.
Yes.
I don't understand this.
That's an old person community thing. And like Sun City, they did the same thing.
Well, that's exactly where they are. They're in Sun City, South Carolina. But but again, we did this 2-week road trip and we went through Missouri. We went through India. No, a lot of places don't have fences like we do in Tucson. You get broken into. Why don't you guys have fences?
You didn't back then, and you get to an age. I mean, remember, these people who built these communities, they kind of like were adults in the 50s and, the golden era, if you will.
Right.
For like low crime and stuff. So, yeah, they just didn't have any fences, which is great because in Sun City and up north, peacocks be running through the yards and like all the different animals, bunnies, rabbits. And then when I would play at my grandparents' house, I'd go in the backyard and start fucking around. I'm in like 3 neighbors down backyard. I'm just like, it's just one big backyard.
Yeah, I don't understand any of it. I was like, I don't see a chain link fence for miles.
Yeah, when I was little and we'd go visit my dad's friend on the res, same thing. There's no fences. It's just one big land with lots of houses.
Yep, hell yeah. All right, so coming up here in 40 seconds, I want you to give me the Matt Pinfield story. Okay, so we're going to be doing that after Smashing Pumpkins, and we'll squeeze in some Grade A's, and I'll tease that coming up after that, we'll tell you why partying is supposedly good for you. You like to party all the time, and you know what? You look about 10 years younger than your age, which is good. This guy partied so hard. We did our St. Patrick's Day function for work. The guy sits down and gets a shot and a beer, plays some pickleball. I'm like, God damn, it's a Monday, dude. That's hardcore.
I got in the Irish spirit.
Yeah, you did. All right, here we go. 2 seconds. Rock on 2.1 KFMA. It's Beef Vegan Presents. Weirdo has a story about our good buddy Matt Pinfield. What's going on with Matt Pinfield?
Well, as most of us know, but in case you didn't, Matt Pinfield was a VJ on MTV, and he has continued his career through like Sirius XM and on the internet and everything, and he just music knowledge out the yang. Well, he suffered a stroke in January.
That's scary.
Yeah, and stayed in a coma for 2 months.
Wow.
But good news, he is awake. He did tell Hollywood Reporter, guys, I'm alive, I'm recovering, and I'm going to come back swinging. I was unresponsive for 2 months. And friends were thinking that I was not going to make it.
Yeah, I mean, after a week of being in a coma, you started writing up eulogies, right? So 2 months, and that's got to affect his, his mental capacity, right?
Correct. So
is his speech slurred?
So his speech is actually doing okay. So he came out of the ICU, and he was still in the coma, and then they finally kind of brought him out of it. He is expected to leave the hospital at the end of this month, but he will go right into like kind of physical therapy, occupational therapy, and everything else like that just to get back on his feet, quite literally, and with speech and everything as well.
Yeah, he actually had a show here on KFMA before the pandemic called 2 Hours of Matt Pinfield, which was a playoff 120 minutes, of course.
Yeah, right.
And he's been just DJing consistently this entire time. And I guess that's the good news, because even if he has like some like mental disabilities, he still could DJ, So we're good on that. Coming up next, we'll break down why partying may be good for your health after music from Grey Days on Rock 1 2.1. Or you can join us on the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/beefvegan. Hit that ramp like a badass. I like a little high. You can be dubbing the DJ all day long. Matt Pinfield, you're going to go mainstream right now. Number 1 in the Tucson market if you sound so stupid. Oh,
that kid's going places.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Strokes are hard to recover from for sure. But it does sound like he is, more recovered than most stroke victims in that scenario. So it is good news for Matt Pinfield, who's made a hell of a bunch of great relationships over the years.
Oh, yeah.
So when he released his book and was hosting 2 hours with Matt Pinfield, I actually got to interview him with Schmonty in the morning. And this is another one of those moments where Schmonty kind of was like, he like had to step aside because Matt Pinfield and I were completely broing down. So we talked about music and stuff. And yeah, he kind of like verbally pushed Schmonty aside and was focusing on the co-host dude. And he asked me, what bands that I'm like really into right now, because I think Schmonty kind of brought up my past kind of thing. And I was like, a band that I've been really on a kick for lately is Portugal the Man. I really think they're going to turn the corner like this year. And then he gave me a Portugal the Man story and stuff like that. And he's like, we'll see, keep an eye out for it. Then literally like maybe 2 months later, Portugal the Man drops Feel It Still. And it goes mainstream, and they blow the fuck up. And so it was another like hipster kind of Beastradamus prediction, if you will. Yes. So, and then, and Schmonty saw that, but it was great. And Matt was like, come up to Phoenix, and we'll hang out and all this stuff, which I didn't do. And that's the end of my cool story, bro.
All right.
Jose, you have a good time at the game last night? Was that you at the game last night? Because your profile picture has no beard. So I'm like, is that Jose? Let's see. Just checking all my random spam messages here. All right, getting about 23 seconds. Going to get on and say why partying may be good for your health.
Ooh.
Yeah. I know. Look at you get so excited, dude.
I like good research.
Yeah.
Just like when the Switzerland doctor said that cheese actually has a culture that fights heart disease. So eat cheese.
Yeah, but nacho cheese don't count.
It has cheese in the title.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Yes, all these stories, I'm going to come with an asterisk with Valdez. He gets too excited about hearing potential good news, and then I break down the reality of it. Like you just said, you saw a report saying cheese is good for your heart health.
Yes.
Yeah, but then I told you nacho cheese is not.
I was like, it's got cheese in the title.
Yeah, but
man.
no, see, that doesn't count. You talk that pure cheese, that good. Well, you got to take this with a grain of salt as well. Partying may be good for your health. And that's what self-proclaimed party coach Evan Cudworth is saying. He says letting loose and making memories is a one-way ticket to quality well-being. And as a point of clarification, he's quick to point out that doesn't mean you should be getting sloppy drunk and high every weekend. Right? Because I said, like, Valdez, he's like, oh, good for your health. I'm like, not the way you party, bro.
No.
When you belly up to the bar and go shot of Jameson and beer to just start it off, and then every beer that follows up with a shot of Jameson or whatever, that's hard living. Hard living, man. The fact that you're not a leather wallet right now is mind-blowing to me.
I mean...
All right, but instead of like you're talking about partying, what he's talking about could be simply is making a point to be social and carefree, doing things like concerts, clubs, being social with a group of friends, or even just getting together with people in a group workout class or some kind, but not CrossFit, weirdo. All right, so there's tons of wellness influencers preaching about clean living, going to bed early, depriving yourself of after hours over the top funs, and he says that's not it.
Okay.
All right. So you guys go out for that mental boost from blowing off steam in a fun way with friends, getting a little crazy. Like there was something, it's Friday night, I didn't do anything, right? I kind of dorked it and was antisocial. Inside my head, watch TV. I should have just went out. And then I saw a couple of my friends went to 191 Tool. And they had like goth night, DJ goth night. There's people there. And honestly, that's not necessarily my scene, but I know I'd have a blast if I went there and just let out and just started dancing like Robert Smith, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll just start doing one of these. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, sometimes, to get out of your comfort zone and implant yourself into a scene and then try to be one with that scene and just really open your mind is literally like not only educational, but really good for your mental health and boost oxytocin. And you never know who you might meet in that scenario. You might fall in love with big-breasted goth girl, which according to my social media feed, there were several.
We all love a good goth girl.
who does not? So, yes, partying is good for your health, especially your mental health. So keep that in mind. That's not even your beef tip. All right, we have a lot to cover here. This podcast broadcast, we're only getting started. Music on the way from Korn to White Stripes. So Rock 102.1 KFMA. All right. You're my goth friend in a way. Not big titty, but it's okay.
Oh.
What?
I mean, I don't, but thanks for pointing it out.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said that part out loud. We weren't all thinking that, but we do have them back up in case you need them again. Because that was great for
Oh, my God, that was so fun.
Yeah, in fact, actually, Dusty, I forget that not everyone could, read my thoughts or know my whole backstory because I'm an idiot. So Dusty got a crochet version of himself yesterday, gifted to him. It was awesome.
That's
in fact,
cool.
actually, let me pull it up.
Please tell me there's a picture.
I'm sure Dusty posted something about it. Yeah, let me. Let's see. It's probably in the stories. I would be disappointed if they did not. Okay, there it is. Right there.
No.
Yeah, so see it?
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, maybe those are the girls that gave it to her, so it was good, but I didn't know. And I was like, oh, maybe it was the woman who made my boobs, right? And I say it like that, and they're just like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I got boobs from a woman, and yeah, they were nice. They're nice like that, Dusty. Again, I almost got canceled last night just for saying that. But again, Dusty loved this thing. It was basically like Dusty's baby now. You know, basically saw Dusty give birth to him. Yeah,
Walk around
a little
petting
Dust.
it.
Let's see. Look at that.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I like
Super
that.
all the
cute.
posts are gonna be about that. So, yeah, Dusty loves this, and you're like, that's weird for a dude mascot to love a doll that much.
Hey, man. It's
Yeah.
Dusty Jr.
Yeah,
DD.
and
Or
maybe
DJ.
maybe the dude mascot is not a dude.
So many things not revealed but revealed.
Not revealed. I don't know. I'm just saying maybe. I'm just asking the question. All right. Good morning, Alex. Good to see you on the stream. And she misses you, weirdo. All right. So there's an opportunity for you to say hi to Alex. Go for it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Messaged me where?
No, Mrs.
It's
you.
on the stream.
Oh, misses me. I thought you
Yeah.
said messaged me. I was
Oh.
like, where?
Yeah.
I miss you too, boo. What's up?
There you go. There you go. So, oh, you're a dude too. Sweet. We're all dudes, dude.
It's like Good Burger. I'm
Uh-huh.
a dude. She's a dude.
All right, as we get ready for our next segment, earlier this morning we did our morning moron. It was crazy. It was insane.
Jesus Christ.
In case you missed it, went a little something like this. Check it out. That's not it.
There it is.
All right, Breaking Ben on
like
Rock
that
102.1. Forgot to mention very important information. Starting today, KFMA wants to pay your bills. Yes, Rock 102.1 and O'Reilly Chevrolet figured out a way to pay your bills. That's to give out $2,025 each and every day.
It's a nice chunk of change.
Hell yeah, it's a good chunk of change. So you got to listen for your daily chances to win, and you're going to text the keyword. That's how you're going to qualify. And I'm telling you this because I'm going to give you the first keyword here in about 10 minutes or less than. So keep it locked on Rock 102.1. Again, it's brought to you by O'Reilly Chevrolet. More than just a great price. With that said, let's do a little Morning Man. Morning Moron. It's Morning Man because it's Florida Man with a Morning Moron, which happens from time to time. So we're starting off the week strong with this one. 39-year-old Florida man named John was arrested after stealing, and I didn't know you could steal these, lap dances from an
What?
establishment called Rain Ladies and Gentlemen's Club. Yes.
How do you steal a lap dance?
That's
sir?
an excellent question. Well, that's where you're basically making promises, that your ass can't cash. Oh, baby, I swear. Give me another one. I'll pay you. I just got to go to the ATM real quick. So, yeah, please say that John seemed to enjoy several lap dances, but when he was presented with the tab, he said he didn't have the money to pay for them. All right? What's the most you ever spent at a strip club?
See, I've only worked at them. I'm not really a fan of going to them.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of spending money.
I've had to stand there and make sure a gentleman has pulled out money to pay his tab.
Yes, and look menacing for sure. I'm sure it happens all the time. These, women always have to be careful that they're not getting conned out of money. Now, it sounds like John was drunk, and that's the no-duh part of the story. And he owes the place just $160, but that was something that he just wasn't willing to pay. So he was arrested and charged with misdemeanor theft and spent 12 hours in jail and released pending his court date. And I actually have a mugshot of John seen here looking like he's being told there's no sex in the champagne room for the very first time.
He looks so shocked. He's like, why am I here?
Yeah, I thought she liked me. I thought she wanted to give me lap dances out of love. We fell in love. Yeah, so just a reminder, when you guys go to a gentleman's club, they aren't falling in love with you. I'm sure they don't even really like you, but they want some money. So they're going to pretend all day long. Don't be deceived. And make sure you have the cash on hand so you don't end up in jail at the end of the night because, honestly, nobody likes to bunk next to a guy that's still aroused and has blue balls because he was getting lap dances all night and couldn't finish.
Covered in glitter.
Yeah. All right, so for that, our Florida man John's got to be today's Morning Moron. Stick around because coming up next, I'm going to give you the keywords so you can qualify to win $2,025. All right, we're back here live. I know what the people want. They want to see a beautiful weirdo looking beautiful on the stream. And you're looking good. And you went to the Renaissance Fair yesterday. And got and it was Celtic weekend?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, so we were all just in green, and I got to make everybody's outfits, and always a good time.
Right. I was in a Celtic spirit as well because I had my own customized jersey.
I saw that.
I know. And
super cool.
Yeah. And then I was looking at the lettering because it said beef on the back, and I was like, I like the lettering here. And someone said it's Gaelic, and I'm like, what'd you call me? Okay. So Weirdo just sent me this video saying do not look ahead of time. So let's see what we're referring to here. This is the video. I did not watch it.
Okay.
Looks like a gator.
No, it's a lizard. It's a huge lizard.
Okay.
That is massive.
All right, let's see what happens here. Oh, dude.
Oh.
That's messed up, man. Why are you sending me that stuff?
Okay, like a few minutes ago, if somebody scrubs back at the stream, all of a sudden they'll see me just go like this because I was watching it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Valdez, are you okay?
Yeah, no, he's not.
Wow.
Here, you know what? I should have.
It's okay. It's okay. In the comment section, they did confirm, the dude ended up being okay. He just got clipped. But, it was just one of those, okay, dumbass getting a lizard, and then boom.
No, that's just another example of no good deed goes unpunished, dude.
Right.
Legit. Okay, so here's to cleanse our palate. Now, this actually... This could have been a follow-up to your animal stories that you had this morning, because you did the monkey. It was a monkey burglar. Well, raccoons are the original burglars of the animal species. Check them, Mission Impossible style, crawling across in the middle of the night.
Damn, those trash pandas organized.
Oh, yeah.
Look at him.
All
That
right.
one just doing this.
Yeah. They got it down.
Very impressive.
Look at the whole thing. It's just like, yes. They're the best, dude. We got to domesticate raccoons.
Yeah.
Yes, so much so.
Just the fact that it's the Limp Bizkit version of Mission Impossible as well. It can't be the original version. We got to go new metal.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that'd be, I love those raccoons so much. In fact, actually, I'm disappointed because, when I first came down here and got the job at KFMA, every other week I had to rescue a raccoon out of the trash can.
Really?
Yeah, they were around all the time. They're around, and sometimes you wake up in the morning and they just stand there and they just look at you and you just look at them and you get out of the car and you kind of walk slowly.
You're like, I just want to go and work.
Yeah, to the car so they don't jump on you. They're fantastic, and I have not seen raccoons now for a couple years, and it makes
right.
Yeah.
When I first started here, there was a mom and her little baby raccoons.
Always.
I think she was addicted to nicotine because the smokers would throw their butts on the ground, and one time I found her pawing through the butts, And I opened the door. She's like, I was like, nope. And I
Yeah.
went right back inside.
Maybe that's why we're not getting them, because there's not too many smokers here anymore. We all switched to vapes, and they're just like, fuck vapes, bro. Go old school. Go analog. Yeah, it's upsetting, but yeah, I do wish to see some more raccoons, because we're right next to the wetlands, so usually, hopefully they didn't do anything to get rid of them.
Trash pandas, I love you.
See, is that code for getting a hooker? No.
That's actually really good.
Yeah. Good old Dave. You know what's funny with Dave Redbeard? So he had surgery, right? So he has a mobility scooter, which I've posted videos of me like riding on. It's fantastic. That thing gets up there. And it's just awesome to drive around. So I kind of like, I see Dave and I'm like, you're just pretending at this point. You're like, you've healed, but fuck you. You want this scooter. He claims that he's over it. But our friend Erica, she's a little person, right? And she listens to the show as well. And she's a ticket holder. And so at the end of the night, they were all partying. And this on Saturday night. And she gets on Dave's mobility scooter with Dave. And he's like, so she's kind of like on his lap. And I'm talking to Erica's fiance and everything. And I'm like, oh, there's your girl. I'm sitting on some dude's lap, on a biker's lap. Luckily, it's a geriatric biker, so that's fine.
And there she goes.
Yeah. So she's going to drive, and she's going so fast. And then she goes to cut it, and the scooter almost flips. And so
God.
Dave probably almost re-injures himself, sticking his leg out to save Erica and the scooter at the same time. It was chaos
Where
at the end of the
was
game.
this?
At the arena.
Oh my God.
I love the arena, dude. I will miss it when that tenure goes, and I hope it never goes away. But yeah, that was just the and then meanwhile, I'm trying to like wrangle a very drunk Valdez to give him a ride home. And then like I saw him drunkenly, they're like, the game was over. The door to the ice is open, right? And I see Valdez do like this, like look and go, like an oversized toddler, kind of waddle his way. And I'm like, Valdez, don't get on the ice. Valdez, don't get on the ice. And like they literally had paramedics and security like intervene and be like, no, big guy, don't get out there. It's not gonna end well for you. I promise you. I promise you. Don't have ski shoes on.
He's like, I heard the Zambonis broke down. I got this.
Yeah, dude. Yes. So it was an interesting night to say the least. You got to come out to a game before the season's over.
I know.
I'll set up your entire family. You know that.
I know you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, make that kiss cam real interesting.
Rock 102.1 KF, man. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're live on the podcast broadcast. I found something very interesting that you guys are going to dig, okay? You especially, Weirdo, because you're a big fan of therapy in general, right? My uncle's a psychologist as well, and I think he's told me this before, but there's a therapist family therapist named Jeff Watson, who identified the common psychological challenges individuals face at different life stages. Okay. So the most common problems we have each generation during that time. Okay. So a lot of this is going to hit hard with you as far as, the younger years up until now. You're going to be like, yeah. So then what to look forward to? So in your teenage years, what do you think is the biggest challenge to overcome? Valdez?
Oh, just life in general.
Okay, what do you
I was
say?
going to say sense of identity.
100%. Developing a strong sense of self is crucial. You'll notice teenagers, and probably yourself, you'll go through many different phases until you find one that sticks.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you're like emo one day, you're gangster the next, whatever the case may be, until you find your true self. And engaging in hobbies and interests that could help build identity and confidence is key to get through your teenage years. All right? In your 20s, what do you think it is? Valdez?
Figuring out what you want to do with your life.
Okay. What do you say, Weirdo?
I was going to say finding a stable relationship.
Let's see. Just like, you're like, who's going to pay for my bills?
No.
Okay, that's sexist. Valdez, you were more spot on. No, finding a direction in life.
Okay.
It obviously poses challenges, but reconnecting with childhood passions and addressing unsolved traumas can provide clarity. So that's how you overcome it. But yeah, where am I going? Am I in 20s? What am I going to be? I didn't, I always wanted to do radio. I didn't start radio till I was 29 because I was at a point in my life where I literally had that feeling in my stomach, like a gut punch consistently, and it drew me to Craigslist to look at like job wanted posts, and that's where I saw my opening to get into radio. And really, it was my gut that led me in the direction, and I've been on that path ever since. But the entire 20s was just like, what am I even doing?
Right.
You know? All right, 30s. What do you think it is?
Oh, God. I mean, for my 30s, it's just all my unresolved, like, childhood trauma.
No, yeah, we're still addressing that.
Right.
But yeah, commitment and relationships become a focal point, okay? So, and that's where he suggests you commit or create pros and cons and trusting one's instincts to aid you in making informed decisions.
Okay.
All right, so now we got the 40s, the 50s, and 65 and beyond. Okay, so now we're up to where kind of we are. So, what are you feeling in your 40s, Valdez?
A lot of confusion.
Yes.
I'm not where I should be as an adult.
Yeah, well, you know what? Feelings of stagnation seem to be common to people in their 40s.
Okay.
Right? So this is when you want to explore new passions and set fresh goals to reignite a sense of purpose.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense because, yeah, you spend your 20s trying to figure out kind of what you want to do with your life, like your career, things like that. You spend your 30s in it, and then 40s, like, you're like, I've been doing this 10, 15, maybe even almost 20 years. What is life now? Do I just wait for retirement?
Right.
But yeah, I mean, that's when a lot of people, I mean, there's a fashion designer, Vera Wang. I mean, she didn't start her empire until her 40s.
That's right.
Oh.
Yeah, so.
This is a recent role model of Weirdo
It
because
is.
she started up her salon and stuff. And so the
okay.
Vera
And I'm
Wang
approaching 40, yeah.
comparison is real with this one, which is good because honestly, we feel old almost at every step of our lives, right? And it is until we're really old that we look back and say, oh, damn it, we were young. So we're not even like necessarily seizing the opportunity while we're in it, right?
Absolutely.
So be in the present, realize you're a lot younger than you want to believe, and you still have plenty of time to achieve those things you want to kind of create in your mind. All right, 50s and early 60s, reflecting on life's purposes is common. This happens during every like milestone in personal life for me too.
Right.
Reflect and then be like, what are we doing? And then game planning for the future. So at that age, in that point in your life, engaging in activities offer a sense of control that can enhance your life. Okay. And for 65 and beyond, well, just take a victory lap first and foremost.
Right. You made it.
In this world, you making that? Yeah, that's a run. That is a hell of a run. So at that point, you kind of have concerns about past mistakes. They might surface. So practicing self-reflection and self-love, not the kind you did in your 20s and in teenage years, though, is essential to avoid despair. All right, so that's just some tips for him. I feel like he's kind of spot on with it.
Yeah, it's
Pretty accurate.
Hell yeah. So look at that. We learned a little something today, and that's not even your beef tip. I have that coming up for you right after these words, so stick around or join us on the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/beefvegan. All right. Sorry, I can't read self-love and not just be like, jerk it off, bro! That's what self-love is, right? Ooh.
Oh, goodness.
Then why do I cry after? There's a running theme for today's podcast. I hope you've been enjoying it.
Pretty creepy wink.
Yeah, I know.
My
Creepy
goodness.
Winks. Creepy Winks is my running theme, okay? But
My God, that could be your new DJ name if they make you get rid of beef vegan.
DJ Creepy Winks.
First off, they'll never make me get rid of beef vegan, and if they attempt to, I will just spell it differently every single time. I already have about 15 different ways that I could spell beef vegan that will keep me going for the next 20 years. Yeah, so you don't like my name now?
No, it's fine.
Thank you.
Just
fine is what I was going for.
okay, good.
Adequate.
It's adequate.
Yeah.
It is aggressively average.
Says Weirdo, who misspells it. I think beef vegan, SEO purposes, is pretty legit. Aggressively average. That's nonsense.
I don't know. DJ Creepy Winks has a nice ring to it.
No, it doesn't. Again, this is the same thing when D-Rock wanted to call me because I did the impersonation of Steve-O. And so my name is Brad, right? And he's like, how about B-O? And I'm like, no, dude, because I'd like to have sex again sometime in the foreseeable future, right? Now, it's already weird enough that when I'm dating and I say my name is Beef Vegan, at least they get a snicker and it's like, oh, maybe that's stupid, but it's not gross, you know? And so DJ Creepy Winks is kind of gross, dude. Right? You guys are laughing. I'm assuming that's the case.
Because every time you say creepy wings.
I love it.
He's not Creepy Wings. Yeah.
Oh.
DJ Creepy Wings, DJs for over 80 strip clubs.
Oh.
Actually, if you were advertising in an over 80s strip club, I would have to go just based out of curiosity.
Yeah. Research purposes.
Right, exactly. That's what I was going to say.
That's when I went when I saw advertisements years ago when I was in my 20s of a little person strippers, dancers, right? I'm trying to be as politically correct. Little person, exotic dancers, entertainers. Okay, so midget strippers. It was a mother-daughter, a midget stripper, tandem. And it was being advertised at a place called Centerfolds and stuff. And I was like, I got to go. And the reason why I got to go is because as soon as I saw the advertisement, there's one question immediately popped into my mind, and it would not leave my mind. I needed to know the answer to this because it would bother me for the rest of my life. Guess what that question was?
Are their boobs real?
Nope.
At this point, I have no idea.
How does a little person stripper give a lap dance? That's what I wanted to know. That's what I want to know. Is there a stepping stool? Do they climb up there, right? And do they use all that, right? Is that not
That's a
reasonable
valid question?
Yes.
That is a valid question.
I wanted to know the logistics of how this could even be done, right? So I went. And I went with a girl I was dating at a time. Her name was Jackie. She was half Japanese, half Irish. Happy St. Patrick's Day. And smoking hot. Amazingly beautiful. Way above my league. But she was crazy, so I should have realized that. So we're there. We're having a good time. And so we go up to the stage. The mother's dancing on the stage, right? And so we got dollar bills, and we're right there. We go right up to the stage, right? Like, hey, yeah, take it off, all this stuff. So she goes to take it off. And she does, and she has like mom boobs, but dwarf or like midget mom boobs, which were at the time the most disturbing thing we've ever seen in our lives. And both Jackie and I, at the same time, without even communicating, we're just like looking right here. Oh, she took the top off. We just went, oh, like that. Take the money. So we looked away immediately, get the money. Okay, so long story short, how does a little person give a lap dance? The answer is they don't. They don't. They just take pictures with people. So for $10,
they just do stagers,
they'll stand
and that's
next to
it.
you while you're sitting down, and they'll take a picture, and that's how it is. So, all right, let's get on the air. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. I've been having a hell of a podcast broadcast and a lot of fun this morning. Have we not?
Yes.
Yes. Is not the best time you've ever had?
Good Jesus.
Wink. All right. Well, anyways, before we wrap things up, let's do a beef tip, okay? And then we'll end the broadcast as well. If you're trying to focus, you should do an old school trick that you used to do in school. Bring it back. Chew on a pencil. Yes.
I saw this.
Yeah, chewing on a pencil might help you focus. A new study in South Korea found chewing on pencils can improve your memory and help you focus. And people did better on all different types of tests, including cognitive tests, when they were told to chew on a wooden tongue depressor while they took it. And they're not sure why it helps, but they think it improves the blood flow to your brain and releases an antitoxin or toxidant called GSH. They also tried it with gum. That helped too, just not as much. And researchers say that for whatever reason, the pencil was the idea. It just worked. A dentist won't like the idea because you could chip your tooth on it, but that's just the nerd way of being too precautious. Don't chew too hard. And just the other week, we talked about how chewing wood could give you a boost in your brain, right? So this is just another backup on it. You know, so stick a pencil in your mouth next time you're thinking. A pen will not work. For whatever reason, you need to put wood in your mouth. All right? So open up and put that wood in your mouth, and your brain will thank me later. And that's your beef tip, okay? So any kind of wood will work. Any wood at all. Penis. All right, thank you guys so much for listening to the show. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast broadcast. Robin Ash is up next. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and rock local.
As always.
Oh, damn it. Thank you. I don't have a pencil in my mouth. Here, anyone got some wood to put in my mouth? I had to say penis because you guys were thinking it. So I'm like, whatever. Hope you guys had a good time today, too.
But if you've been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.
Peanut butter cup. Penis.